Hello, and once again, we are live. Welcome. If you are listening to us on the podcast, or you might be watching us on the YouTube channel. Today, I have the lovely Jessica here, and we're going to find out a little bit about her journey with the Modern Mystery School. Hi, Jessica. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. Thank you so much for having me today. It's an honor.
Oh my goodness, our pleasure. Now, I've been excited. We've been trying to arrange this for a little while, haven't we? Going forwards and backwards. We've made it because there's a big time difference. We only have 10 minutes. Can you tell us a little bit about your life before mystery school, a little bit how what classes you might have taken, and then life as it is now?
Absolutely. Yeah, to go back and my life before the mystery school. As a child, I would say that I was always spiritually seeking. I think there was always something inside of me that knew that there was something more. And I grew up in an environment that was very chaotic. There was a lot of addiction and a lot of difficulties that I had to go through as a child, which in some ways really shut me down. But there was always something inside of me that knew that there was something more. And so throughout my journey as a child and growing into a teenager, I think when I was probably like 16, 17, that's when I really was, looking into yoga and I was looking into meditation and, I was kind of looking at these lifestyles that felt so far away from me, far away from anything that I'd ever known. And I saw this piece that, some people were kind of emanating and I was like, okay, there's a different type of lifestyle that's out there that maybe I could kind of tap into. And so I think when I was about, 18, 19, I graduated high school and I decided to go take a gap year. I went to Brazil and, my mom is Brazilian. So I got to, meet my family and, learn Portuguese and all these things. And it was a really beautiful experience for me, but I was trying to fill something inside of me still. I was looking for joy. I was looking for excitement. And I was finding that through travel, but I knew that there was a piece with spirituality that I didn't quite get. And I wasn't getting it from religion. And I kind of just separated myself from the church and just separated from all of those ideas. And then I came home to the United States after traveling and I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to go to college. I guess this is like what people do. I guess I'm going to go try to do this thing. And I remember I was in college for I think a month and I was in this biology class and, I remember I was sitting in the very back and I usually am like a front student. I'm always in the front. I'm always taking notes. And this day I was just sitting in the back and I was, with my boyfriend at the time. And I remember looking at the teacher and I looked down at my paper and I was like, I just don't care about this. Now, granted, biology is really important and like science is important and all these things are so important, but there was something in my soul that was like aching for more, aching for something more substantial. And I was like, I need to follow my heart. I don't know what this means. And I looked at my boyfriend, I said, I'm going to drop out right now. And he was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, I don't know. I'm going to just drop out. I'm just going to see what happens. And so I left that class and I went and dropped out and I was so uncertain. And everyone in my life thought I was crazy. And so I ended up, long story short, I ended up doing this yoga teacher training and it, started to awaken something within me. And after that training, I was like, okay, I'm here, I'm learning, I want to find that thing. I still am looking. And so I was going to workshops, probably like 2 to 4 a weekend. I was doing like, all of these different type of classes, just looking for the thing that was really going to satisfy that deeper knowing inside of me. And so there was this one class and it was called Sacred Geometry 1 and Ruthie Odom was teaching it. And I was like, you know what? I have a sacred geometry necklace. I think it'd be cool to learn about sacred geometry. So I ended up going to this class and I remember as I sat in that class, there was something inside of my heart that woke up for the first time. And, so much deeper than just learning about shapes and things of that nature. It was magic. And it was so pure and it was beautiful. And I felt like in that moment, I knew there was something there. And then from there, I took the Empower Thyself initiation. And that class was, incredible. But mind you, I was teaching yoga at the time. Like I was making less than $1,000 per month. Like I was not making that much money at all. I was 20 years old. And so this was a really big commitment for me to like do this life activation and do Empower Thyself. but I had to listen to myself, and I did. And ever since then, it's been such a beautiful journey of so many different shifts and changes. And, ever since then, my life has only exponentially gotten better and more beautiful.
So I love this because it's important that the younger generation know that this is open to them. It is something that is accessible. It's something that is useful. And it is something that, could bring a lot of hope and peace. And, in today's world, I think we are looking for that. Can you tell us a little bit? So now, how does your life look like now on a day-to-day basis? What has changed?
Oh my gosh, what hasn't changed is really the question. Oh my goodness. I mean, wow. On a day-to-day, so I used to live in North Carolina. I now live in California. And so that's a really big change. And I'm surrounded by people that really see me. And I'm surrounded with so much love and a beautiful community. So it's super huge. And I'm also, working a job, making, way more money than I've ever made, that I've been able to manifest through, clearing up my own limitations of what I thought was possible within myself, and really going after things that I'd always wanted to do, but I didn't know how. And, just living my life more in joy. It's so simple. It's a simple pleasure that not a lot of people get to have, but just looking at life in this different lens through a lens of seeing beauty and seeing the magnificence in everything, and like really seeing the quality of life, and seeing the divinity in all things. And for a long time, I had such a pessimistic way of thinking. Even though I wanted to be positive, my mind was just so clogged with the conditions of the world. And now I feel the biggest change is that I have a deeper understanding of myself. Like, I really have this deeper connection to my core that, before I was always externally looking. I was looking at who could provide me the answers, what tarot reader could tell me my future, like, just I was always looking at someone else to tell me about myself. And now I get to really, I have the tools and I have the understanding and the knowledge to say, okay, who am I, and how can I create the space within myself so that I can actually lead my life with more purpose and passion, and continuing to create the life that I desire. And it's always uncovering. I'm 23 years old, so I've been on this path for about 2.5 years now. And so I can only see my life getting exponentially better and serving more. And, I also am a life activation practitioner. And so that's been a big part of my life, of seeing how I can really serve people and help people remember who they really are, and help show them that there's hope. And since I can change, I know that the world can change. And so that's possible for everyone.
I love that. I love it. Thank you so much, because it's so important that people understand that, through the work that we do, that we create a better life for ourselves. And that is maybe, a better job, a better family situation, a new place, a lovely place to live, or whatever it is. Yes, we're doing the inner work, but on the Hermetic path, that has a direct correlation to our outer world. And you're a living example of that. And yes, how exciting. You are only 23. And so, watch this space. So let's see what you get to create. So I'm glad to be watching and excited about all that you will do. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's been such an honor and a privilege to be on this show with you. Thank you.
Oh, goodness, my pleasure. Thank you. And thank you, everybody, tuning in. And we'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.